What if I told you the future we imagined is already flying above us? Jetpacks are no longer fiction. They're real, tested, and evolving fast. From military missions to sky stunts, these 15 jetpack inventions are changing how we fly forever. Flying a jetpack is already wild, but what if you could control it with your body and see the world through a virtual reality headset? That's exactly what the Daedalus Flight Pack offers. Built in the UK by Air Oxo and inventor Richard Mallet, this jetpack blends technology with instinct. Instead of levers or buttons, the pilot wears a VR headset and uses arm gestures to steer. Lift your arm, lean your torso, and the pack responds instantly. It's powered by a hybrid engine system designed for smooth vertical takeoff and safe landings. But the real magic is how immersive it feels. The headset shows real-time altitude, speed, and simulated weather, helping pilots train before ever leaving the ground. Though still in testing, it's aiming for more than just flight. It's aiming to make flight feel natural, like an extension of your own body. The Daedalus Jetpack isn't just futuristic tech. It's a new way to experience movement, balance, and control. Flying through the air like a superhero isn't fantasy anymore. It's real, thanks to a turbine wingsuit designed by Austrian stuntman Peter Saltzman with BMW. This isn't just gliding. It's powered human flight with control, speed, and lift. Built with lightweight materials and a small electric turbine on the chest, the suit gives the pilot thrust and precision mid-air. It takes off from a helicopter drop, like a traditional wingsuit, but once airborne, the jet kicks in. During testing over the Austrian Alps, Saltzman soared with new capabilities, gaining altitude, adjusting speed, and flying farther than any wingsuiter before. The twin rotors allow pilots to not just fall with style, but to fly on their own terms. Unlike past wingsuits that only let gravity pull you down, this suit lets you push back, climb, cruise, control. While still a prototype, it signals something big. Personal flight might soon mean more than just jetpacks. It could be wings you wear, engines you carry. Flying high above the Swiss Alps, Yves Rossi isn't just a man with a dream. He's a human jet. Known as Jetman, Rossi built a carbon fiber wing with 4 small turbines, strapped it to his back, and became the first person to fly like an aircraft. He leaps from planes, ignites his engines, and steers with nothing but body movement and throttle control. No cockpit, no seat, just wind, wings, and willpower. In the mid-2000s, he stunned the world by flying over mountain peaks, the English Channel, and alongside commercial jets. Reaching speeds of 180 miles per hour, Rossi showed that powered, controlled, personal flight is possible without a traditional aircraft. His setup doesn't allow vertical takeoff. It needs altitude to begin. But once in the air, he becomes a one-man plane. This isn't a science project or a movie stunt. It's a real-life achievement, born from precision engineering and extreme courage. In a flash of steam and thunder, the H-2002 rocket belt takes flight, just like its 1960s ancestor, but louder, stronger, and built for the spotlight. Developed by Jetpack International, this jetpack is a modern marvel powered by hydrogen peroxide. It blasts steam through dual nozzles, launching the pilot into the air for around 30 seconds of breathtaking action. But it's not about distance, it's about showmanship. Used in stadiums, festivals, and so on. And live TV, the H-2002 delivers flips, hovers, and roaring flyovers that leave audiences stunned. Designed by American engineers and famously flown by Troy Widgery, the suit is sleek, compact, and built to dazzle. It's more than a machine, it's a moment. With each launch, it brings dreams of flight to life in front of thousands. The sound, the fire, the movement, It's pure drama in the sky. This isn't about the future of transport. It's about spectacle, awe, and proving that sometimes... What if flying didn't require buttons, joysticks, or even your hands? That's what the Maverick Jetpack brings to life. Built for intuitive control, it uses body movement alone to steer through the sky. Shift your weight left, and you turn. Lean forward, and you climb. Developed by Maverick Aviation, this hands-free flight system is about simplicity, safety, and accessibility. No complex commands, no pilot license required. The Maverick is lightweight, versatile, and trainable, and built with everyday users in mind, from emergency responders to weekend adventurers. It doesn't look like a sci-fi suit, but it flies like one. With advanced stabilization and quiet propulsion, it opens doors for real-world uses without overwhelming complexity. Want to respond to a mountain rescue? Or just soar over a field? This pack makes it possible, with barely a learning curve. As flight becomes personal, the Maverick may lead the way, not with brute power, but with thoughtful design and smooth experience. The sky isn't just above us, it's beneath your feet with the Flyboard Air. Invented by French daredevil Frankie Zapata, this device turns dreams into action. It's not strapped to your back, it's under your boots. With 5 mini turbojets and balance-controlled movement, the Flyboard Air hits 146 miles per hour and climbs up to 10,000 feet. It's fast, loud, and completely untethered. No water hose, no cables. Zapata first shocked the world in 2016, but it was his 2019 flight across the English Channel that proved this wasn't a stunt. It was aviation history. Piloted by shifting body weight, the board reacts like a snowboard in the sky, only much faster. It's a new breed of flight, built for agility and performance. And now, military collaborations suggest battlefield potential. The Flyboard Air is no toy. It's a statement. Personal flight is here, and it can look like science fiction. With each fiery trail across the clouds, it reminds us of one thing. Some people don't wait for the future. In New Zealand, engineer Glenn Martin quietly built a jetpack that didn't chase style, it chased safety. The Martin jetpack used ducted fans, not gas turbines, to lift pilots 3,000 feet in the air with stable, gentle power. It wasn't made for stunts. It was designed for emergencies, industrial inspections, and real operations. Its carbon fiber frame, fly-by-wire controls, and onboard parachutes made it one of the safest personal flight systems ever attempted. First shown in the 2000s, it impressed audiences with its balance of power and control. The company ended operations in 2019, but the Martin Jetpack's legacy remains. It showed that personal flight doesn't always need drama. It needs vision and careful design. It wasn't loud or flashy, but it dared to ask, what if flight could help people, not just entertain? In doing so, it became a foundation for future developers aiming to bring jetpacks into everyday life, not just for thrills, but for impact. The dream didn't die, it took root. The Skyflash jetpack wasn't built in a lab, it was crafted in a garage. Made by a group of passionate engineers, this homemade device flew up to 120 miles per hour with 2 small turbines and the hopes of everyone watching. Unlike big-budget prototypes, Skyflash wasn't funded by governments or giant tech firms. It was powered by belief. It lifted off from roads, zipped through real-world tests, and sparked questions about whether anyone could build a jetpack. Its DIY spirit made it special. It didn't just prove a machine could fly, it proved anyone could try. The team behind it didn't stop at flight. They pushed boundaries of control and distance with limited tools and unlimited drive. There were still challenges: weather, flight time, and safety. But the project became a symbol, a garage-built jetpack flying through the sky became proof that flight dreams don't need money, just courage and creativity. Skyflash wasn't just a machine. It was hope, airborne. Is it a bird? A plane? No, it's a man flying through the air with jet engines strapped to his body, and it's not from a movie. This is Richard Browning, founder of Gravity Industries, who created one of the most astonishing inventions of our time, a real-life jet suit. It's powered by 5 gas turbines, 2 on each arm and 1 on the back, producing over 1,000 horsepower. That raw force allows the pilot to blast through the air at speeds topping 50 miles per hour and soar nearly 10,000 feet high. But what truly sets this suit apart isn't just the power, it's the control. There are no joysticks, no steering handles, only arm movements. The human body becomes the flight system. Slight shifts in position steer the suit in any direction. Thanks to years of intense testing and refinement, it's now stable enough for military operations. The UK Royal Marines have already tested it for shipboard missions, where speed and vertical access are critical. Even civilians can learn to fly it. Jetpacks are just for Earth. They've been to space. NASA's Manned Maneuvering Unit, or MMU, was a real jetpack used in the 1980s by astronauts to fly untethered through orbit. Imagine drifting hundreds of feet from your shuttle, alone in the blackness of space, with only a backpack of nitrogen thrusters keeping you alive. That's what astronaut Bruce McCandless did in 1984, becoming the first human to float freely in space. The MMU wasn't for show. It gave astronauts control to repair satellites and move across the shuttle safely without ropes. It had no flames, no wings, just cold gas pushing in short bursts, guided by hand controls. Though NASA retired the MMU for safety reasons, its legacy remains. It proved controlled personal flight works in zero gravity. That opened the door for later tech like SAFER, now used on the International Space Station for emergencies. Space is silent, cold, and unforgiving. But with a jetpack, humans can float, work, and survive in ways never imagined. The Apollo jetpack isn't built for distance, it's built to dazzle. Powered by hydrogen peroxide, it fires superheated steam through twin nozzles, launching the pilot into the air for 30 unforgettable seconds. That half-minute might sound short, but it's enough to ignite a stadium, steal the spotlight, and make people believe in flight. Designed by Jetpack International, this device lifts off vertically, hovers smoothly, and responds to subtle body movement. No wings, no joysticks, just sheer thrust and human control. It's been flown at halftime shows, international festivals, and live events where every liftoff sparks applause. The roar, the heat, the precision, it all builds to a visual symphony of flight. Unlike military-grade packs built for survival or rescue, the Apollo's purpose is pure awe. It shows what's possible when engineering meets entertainment. And while it won't cross continents or fight fires, it does something just as powerful. It captures imagination. When Jetpack Aviation revealed the JB-12, it wasn't just another prototype. It was a real machine made for action. With 6 turbojet engines, this jetpack delivers serious thrust and control, even in tricky situations. Designed for military and emergency rescue, it lets a pilot fly using 2 joysticks that guide speed, altitude, and direction mid-air. It's compact, agile, and ready to deploy anywhere, from disaster zones to battlefields. Built in the US, the JB-12 turns tight, flies steady, and lands smoothly. It doesn't just impress, it performs. For military teams, that means fast access without bulky equipment. For rescuers, it means reaching places helicopters can't. The JB-12 proves flight isn't about wings, it's about willpower and engineering. This jetpack isn't a dream anymore, it's a working tool. And if this becomes standard gear, we're entering a new era where humans fly freely, without cockpits or runways. One question remains: when everyone can fly, how will the world change? Long before modern jetpacks raced across skies, the Bell rocket belt lit the first flame. Born in the 1960s, it blasted steam from hydrogen peroxide to lift its wearer 30 feet high for 20 thrilling seconds. Those few seconds changed everything. It wasn't perfect, loud, shaky, and limited in range, but it showed the world that personal flight was possible. Developed for the U.S. military, it was tested for fast soldier movement and quick rescue missions, but never made it to combat. Still, its cultural impact soared when it appeared in the James Bond movie Thunderball. The Bell rocket belt was no fantasy, it was the foundation. Its design proved that with the right fuel and engineering, a human could fly safely, even briefly. That idea sparked decades of innovation. Every jetpack since owes a debt to this original flying machine. It was small, strange, and short-lived, but it started a revolution. And sometimes, all it takes is 20 seconds to launch the future. In Dubai's clear skies, something extraordinary happened. Vince Refit, a member of Jetman Dubai, took off from the ground. No plane, no runway. Just him, a carbon fiber wing, and 4 roaring jet engines. In 30 seconds, he reached over 5,900 feet. What made it historic wasn't just the speed or the height, it was how he controlled it. With no joysticks or computer assist, Vince guided himself by shifting his body. Every lean and turn shaped his path like a bird riding the wind. His suit made him look like a fighter jet, but it was powered by instinct and movement. This wasn't just a stunt, it was a first. A human launched straight up, completely free, and flew like it was second nature. Sadly, Vince passed away in a training accident, but his flight remains a moment that changed what people thought was possible. He didn't just go airborne, he broke a barrier, and in doing so, he opened the skies to a new kind of personal flight, vertical, powerful, and entirely human. The Thunderpack TPR-2G2 doesn't just look futuristic, it flies like it belongs in a sci-fi film. With its high-thrust engines and precision control, this jetpack is built for speed, stability, and real-world missions. Designed for professionals, thrill-seekers, and tactical use, it offers longer flight time and better control than its predecessor. Its smart stabilization system keeps it level during tight turns, rapid climbs, and windy conditions. Unlike DIY models, the TPR-2G2 is a fully engineered machine. With improved fuel efficiency, it can fly longer and land softer, making it practical for rescue, scouting, or extreme sports. It doesn't need fame, it delivers performance. In a world where seconds can save lives or change a mission, the Thunderpack brings consistency and power. It's not just about showing off, it's about doing the job when nothing else can. Quietly, this jetpack is helping define what personal flight can be. Fast, reliable, and ready for anything the skies throw it. Jetpacks once lived in cartoons and comics, but not anymore. These machines, powered by courage and innovation, are writing the next chapter in human flight. Whether for rescue, thrill, or revolution, one thing is clear: the sky is no longer the limit.